Well, hello, welcome back. Today we're going to make a pen blank out of multiple materials. We're going to use a Alumilite, aluminum, and spalted maple. Now, it's not difficult, but it does present some challenges when you turn it because you've got the different textures and the different hardnesses. If you're not careful, you'll leave a high spot where the aluminum separates the Alumilite and the maple. And it also presents a little challenge in finishing it. If it were just Alumilite, we would just micro mesh it. But since there is some spalted maple, we've got to put a coating in there somewhere. So I'll show you how I do that towards the end of the video, about 3/4 of the way. So hang in there with it and you can see how that's solved. I appreciate you tuning in. Now let's build this segmented blank with 3 different materials. Our pen today is going to be a combination of this beautiful spalted maple. I was given this spalted maple, I think by my brother, and it is just gorgeous. But I'm going to use it in conjunction with this black Alumilite. This is the same black Alumilite that we used last week or week before in our Dark Matters 45-degree segment pen. Same one. I'm going to put this pen blank on a Junior Gent 2 chrome and black accent. And what I'm going to do is, because the bottom blank is going to be of the black Alumilite, the top blank is going to be a combination of the spalted maple, and it's just gorgeous. You can see it's got a lot of black accents. I'm going to use that in conjunction with our black Alumilite. Now what I'm going to do is on the upper barrel, I'm going to come in, this will be on the finished blank, I'm going to come in 1/4 inch from the top and 1/4 inch from the bottom, and that is going to be this black Alumilite. Then there'll be a little piece of aluminum that separates it ever so small. I don't want to detract from this spalted maple. And then majority of this middle part, about 1 3/8 inches of this top blank, is going to be this spalted maple. When coupled together with this black Alumilite and the chrome, it should be just gorgeous. So the first thing I need to do is square this off and then cut me a piece exactly to fit between here and here that we can segment in. So it should be right about there. Now I need to cut 2 pieces. They're going to end up 1/4 inch long, but I'm going to cut them a little longer. Remember, they're going to flank. They're going to be 1/4 inch here and 1/4 inch here, so that we've got room when we drill the blank. I'm probably going to cut it 3/8 to maybe 1/2 inch, and we'll glue those onto each end. So let's cut 2 slivers 3/8 to 1/2 inch length. Alright, now we're ready to trim our spalted maple. This is the part we're going to use in the upper barrel. This is the waist. I've got a stop block set. So we are ready. Okay, as was the case in our Dark Matters video, I've got my 2 blanks, I've got my 2 pieces of aluminum, I've got my piece of spalted maple. I have roughed these up. I have cleaned everything with denatured alcohol. Make sure it's clean, there's no oils on them. And now we are ready to glue these together. Again, I'm going to be using my GO2 glue. And I'm going to start with gluing on the spalted maple. Here is our blank after it's glued up. I took it out of the clamps, and you can see this spalted maple is going to look really nice up against this black Alumilite. Now I'm going to drill and insert the tube for the upper barrel. Well, I have the blank set up in my lathe. I'm going to turn it down, but I'm not going to show the entire turn. Show a little bit of the beginning, a little bit of the end, so you can get an idea of what it looks like on the lathe. Now the fact that we have Alumilite resin, aluminum metal, and spalted maple wood here kind of creates a problem on sanding. I had to really be careful turning it because you had 3 different textures and hardnesses here. Now what I'm going to do is put some masking tape around the Alumilite because I don't want to sand that. I want to sand the spalted maple, but not the resin, because I'm going to put a couple of coats of thin CA or CA glue on the. I'm going to put a couple of coats of CA glue on the maple so that we can seal it, and then micro mesh it like I would, then micro mesh it like I would the Alumilite resin. These multiple materials kind of complicate things sometimes. Actually had a little bit of a chip right there. We're going to have to. Didn't feel it when we were turning it, but I'm going to have to put some CA in that. I'm going to do this off camera, but I'm going to put about 4 coats of my CA finish on this maple. Then I'll take off our masking tape, and then I'll buff it with micro mesh down. We should have a nice even finish that way.
Here's our final pin, spalted maple against this black Alumilite. Really a nice accent.
So there you have it. Now you can see how you can use multiple materials in your segmentation for your pen blanks. It really opens up a lot of avenues as to what you can do with the pen maker's canvas, if you will. As a matter of fact, there's a playlist on my channel of the pen maker's canvas back when I first started making videos. You might want to watch that. Appreciate you tuning in. All my social media information is down in the description. You'll get a chance to hit the subscribe button over here, and there's a playlist over here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be creative, be thoughtful, and be safe.